I'm sorry I have to interrupt you here because we are being told that there have been massive protests in Bihar over jobs. We'll try and get you some visuals on CNN News 18, but this is the first story that we're breaking, which is coming out of Bihar, and these protests are supposedly on unemployment, considering the new government has just recently been sworn in Bihar. Now we hear of a lot of protests that the youth is undertaking and holding the Tiranga, protesting over no jobs. My colleague Saurabh, who's brought us that story, is joining us on the broadcast. Saurabh, what is this protest all about? Unemployment. Nitish Kumar has something to worry when it comes to the youth really taking to the streets now.
This protest was against the state government because the state government had promised jobs to these teachers who have already qualified CTET and BTET exams, and they're waiting for their jobs notification. Although the notification was issued earlier, but the primary step that has to be taken for generation of their jobs was still not, it is not issued yet. And so for that, they are waiting for 4 years to get their job notifications, and because of that, more than thousands the teachers who were aspiring to get jobs, they were on the streets today. Water cannons were used, lathi charge was done by the police officers. Now ADM Law and Order KK Singh, in the pictures we can see that he is hitting a single person who was protesting there, and he was brutally beaten with sticks, and also he was holding national flag. The KK Singh ignored the fact that he was holding the flag in his hand, and he started beating him with his sticks, and ignored totally the respect that had to be given to the flag which he was holding. He was badly hurt, and blood came out from his head. And then the administration came into action. The DM has ordered a committee, a 2-member committee, to know about the incident, and we are expecting the proper action will be taken against the ADM Law and Order. Now it is said that the 2-member committee has been set up for further investigation by DM.
Right, Saurabh, we can now see the visuals on the screens also, and you were talking about that particular image where the ADM's hooliganism, so to speak, was on display, where he ended up lathi charging a youth. All this even when he was holding the tricolour. What are these flags that these people are holding? And this is a protest which is pertaining to seek jobs in teachers' posts. Is there a response that's coming from the state government? Because we can see ample politicking that has started with the BJP targeting the Nitish Kumar government over this massive lapse.
See, these aspiring teachers, they were protesting for their jobs, and they were holding tricolour in their hands. No political parties' flags were there in their hands. It was the national flag that they were waving, and they were shouting slogans against CM Nitish Kumar as well as the Education Minister Chandrasekhar. They were saying that the political parties, they come into power, they give promises, but they never fulfill their promises. They were waiting for this job for 4 years, but nothing has been done so far. In fact, the new government that has come into force here in Bihar, even after that, when Tejasvi Yadav was in the opposition, he promised and he was standing for these students and aspiring teachers to give them jobs. But now that he has come into power, no action still has been taken by the education minister. In fact, the education minister is saying that everything will be done before elections. So these are the controversial statements that are coming from education minister, and because of that, this protest took place. It was a massive protest, and the ADM Law and Order, he showed a best example of hooliganism today. This protester was sitting alone, and he was shouting and crying for the job, but
Saurabh, we are trying to play live visuals from Patna, from the protest site. We are also getting the visuals of the ADM's hooliganism that you were talking about on display. These are visuals where he's hitting this youth while he's holding the tricolour. All this because they chose to protest over lack of jobs, not really getting any jobs in teachers' posts. We can see that live on screen. the apathy there for everyone to see.
Shekhar Singh, who is the district magistrate of Patna, he has set up a two-member committee to look into this matter, and he has asked ADM Law and Order to submit his report within 2 days. This is what we are learning right now. And he said that it was a disrespect to the national flag, and that won't be tolerated at any cost. So this is what coming from District Magistrate Patna, Dr. Chandrasekhar Singh. He has set up a two-member committee and he asked for the report within 2 days from ADM Law and Order.
Sort of the fact that BJP is quick to retort. They are accusing the Nitish Kumar government, while on the one hand there were promises of giving over 20 lakh jobs. On the other hand, the reality on ground is this. This is what the BJP is saying.
Yes, BJP has been targeting, and they have mocked Nitish Kumar's statement which he gave on 15th of August this year. He said that as Tejaswi Yadav had promised 10 lakh jobs, in fact he will try to generate 20 lakh employment in the state. Not only 10 lakh, 20 lakh employments will be generated in the state. So the BJP leaders have started, mocking him. In fact, the statement of Tejaswi Yadav that was given 2 years back, when he said that Nitish Yadav is fooling people and Nitish Kumar is fooling people by saying that jobs will be created, that statement was very well played by...
Right, sort of, in fact, we are playing those visuals of the ADM really going out and hitting the guy. I would like our viewers to just look at what is happening in Patna, in the capital city of Bihar, where this ADM goes on, continues to hit the person who is protesting all this. Why? Because he is trying to get a job as far as the teacher's post is concerned. My colleague Saurav continues to bring us all the details when it comes to this particular story. However, this is surprising. A youth protesting, demanding jobs, holding the tricolour, and the ADM goes on to hit him with lathis. This is the state of apathy in Bihar. Yes, Saurav, you were talking about this person who is lathi charging a youth who is trying to defend himself alone.
Yes, I would
in fact,
also...
Saurav, I'm